by there to Apala.
Chop him. Hands on the inside, you must go for that thing.
It's a lovely step by Sullivan. 2 left foot steps and Keith Collins score their second. Our players unmarked out wide. Don't need to go wide because Samuel Slade says, I'll get a double. And that's the 4th for the final. Kia ora everybody and welcome to the Westy Pies Blues Secondary School Invitational 10s Tournament, the girls and boys final, coming to you live from North Harbour Stadium, QBE Stadium rather. Looking forward to this final. They've made their way through. And Tony Hanks, great to have you alongside us. Conditions a lot better than they were 12 months ago.
Yeah, really humid all day, and thankfully it stayed dry, and the teams have really embraced the conditions and played some great football all day.
So Tangaroa College will be playing right to left as Natasha Ganley is the official today, assisted by Cassandra Ria and Timania Te Iringa.
Yep.
Tangaroa College getting through to the final. So great conditions here for open running 10s rugby. First tournament of the year, and it's been very successful, well supported, and a number of teams will get through. The teams and how many there were. Natasha Ganley blows the whistle and we're underway in the first final. Kaipara College first possession. Straight into the big tackle there of Molia, Lisa Molia in jersey 5 for Tangaroa. Kaipara, their coach William Finley and Rina Paraoni done a good job with these young ladies. They just try and get the ball along the chain. Coming up out of the line very quickly was Magele, Sandy Magele, and she's forced the turnover here, but the ball's gone backwards, and now they go on the attack to Tangaroa. They pick and get inside the 22 of Kaipara. Good field position here for Tangaroa. They've got players out to the left, and the jink jive and then the sidestep, and just losing it in contact, unfortunately, but the referee says let's come back for a scrum.
Yeah, Tangaroa have been really impressive all day, really a mix of power and pace. And you saw Lisa Molia, who's, gee, she's had an impact in every game she plays, a lot like Linda Aitenu, who plays for the Black Ferns.
Obviously different to 15s, different to 7s as well. Tony, with regards to how they play the game, do they set pieces pretty much the same, but do they set targets or they look to go wide here?
Yeah, Kaipara have been playing with real width all day. They've got some real pace in their team, and you see them going wide early.
And they have gone wide. They've got a player on the outside. The bounce of the ball comes up to Logan. Logan now looks for some support on the inside. Defence is good from Tangaroa, but they've gone across the field and now bringing it back to where the forwards were standing. Phillips gets hit in a big tackle. Tangaroa comes through, ball's gone backwards and they're still in possession. Kaipara, well, you can feel the tackles coming in. Wells spots a gap and then looks for the fend and can't get away from the attention of Ale Alua. Good, solid defence, and looks like she may have injured herself here. Ale Fasio. Some physical hits coming in, KT.
Oh, definitely. This Tangaroa team has shown that their defence is definitely one of their strengths. Look at it there, shoulders up. Not for the first time in this game also. Good to see, good technique. Oh, don't you love it?
Hey, girls, Kay.
That's another nice tackle too on the flank here, Willie. Gets on the outside, but look at that.
Like the way she changed that ball into the hand of her outside Tony to make sure that she can actually get the fend there, but the tackle was a good one coming in.
Yeah, and Tangaroa have defended well today. Real contrast with these two teams. Yeah, one plays quite direct, with Kaipara preferring to try and get around the outside.
First line out of this final. It didn't look too straight from here. The referee agrees. How many games have they played today over the duration of this tournament, huh?
Well, there was 8 girls teams today, so they had 3 pool games and then a straight final, and the quality of the pool games made it really hard to sort of work out who was going to get through. So, but these 2 teams have earned it with some. The Southern Cross Tangaroa game, for example, was quite brutal in the first round.
Well, you've mentioned the 8 girls colleges that have participated in this Blues tournament. The men's has certainly grown, and we're looking forward to that final. Mount Abbott Grammar in the final again. They will be taking on Westlake boys, so it's Auckland versus North Harbour in the final coming up a little bit later on. But into contact goes up Mansell Sawyers, driven backwards, but they've been able to maintain possession. They're just running out of space now. As Zoe Mansell Sawyers just tries to buy a little bit of time to get her teammates there. They pick and go. Have they lost it forward? No, says the referee, but maybe just on the last occasion. New to the game of 10s, obviously the girls teams rather. Tony, so this is good development for them.
Yeah, and I was talking to Vanya Wolfgram, who does a lot of the development this year, and I think 10s for the girls is starting to grow, because it's been the development from 7s to 10s and into 15s and getting girls interested. And both these teams have used 7s and 10s to get the girls' programs at their schools up and running. And
of course, KT with the 7s now being part of the Olympics in 2016, August in Rio de Janeiro this year. This is a good breeding ground for them to actually learn the skills that will help them play 7s.
Oh, most definitely, Willie. Great platform to do that. And you always say there's always someone watching, so one of these girls might have a blind day, might get the call up, you never know.
Well, that's what it's all about, is bringing through the young talent. There's plenty of it on display here. They go to the line and then they look to just feed it out. Karoa Pihikuru gets through the gap and gets space out wide too. This is Wells. Wells is collared and throws the ball back in field, going back. And they're just going backwards and passing the ball to somebody in a worse position. And Karoa Pihikuru had to go in and eventually claim the ball. Forwards are out here to the left-hand side, and Phillips tucks the ball under the arm and gets out of the 22, throws the ball back. Good sequence of play here from Kaipara. They haven't got out of their half, and it's been pinched now from Taulunga. Taulunga dives away, and Neve Taulunga scores the first try for Tangaroa. 4 minutes gone, and a mistake there. Tangaroa pounced on it.
Yeah, and that's probably just guilty of trying to play out of their half. You know, in some of the pool games, they've actually got a good kicking option in Perikuru, but they just, I think the line speed of Tangaroa is giving them some real trouble.
Well, as you said, Tony, the 2 teams who have different strengths, isn't it? The width game of Kaipara, but it's the defence of this Tangaroa team at the moment that is dominating this game, and deservedly so, coming forward, making the hits, getting the turnovers.
So Taulunga, the try scorer, the conversion was successful, and so 7-0 Tangaroa playing right to left, as you said, at home. Good turn of pace from the young halfback who got in and stole the ball.
Yeah, Neve Taulunga, she's their main sort of playmaker, and you know, sits in that sort of pocket.
Looks very comfortable. There's one of the leaders, a good kick as well. Driving play deep inside the Kaipara channel. Big hit comes in from Ale Pasao. Boy, she wound up and put the shoulder in there. And now they get it along the line. Kaipara need to try and get out of their own 22. A little pop pass that didn't go to hand, but there's another player out wide. Tucks the ball under the hand, does Logan. Georgia Logan now looks for some support on the inside. Can they get outside their own half? Kaipara College got a mortgage inside their own 50-yard line, but now they approach the 10-metre line. The tackle on Taro Pihikuru was dangerous, according to the referee. That's much better play.
Yeah, and if they can be patient, they've certainly got the pace to cause Tangaroa some real trouble.
They need some support to come in. It's a little slow to get there, but finally, there it is, the mark. They've got over the 50-metre mark for the first time in the game. 5 and a bit gone. There is Logan again, lifts some support, but certainly draws in a bit of attention from the opposition. Himehama, he goes forward. It's recycled. Good passing along the line. They need to go forward now, and this is a good run from Cox. Caitlin Cox gets the ball back to Himehama. 7-0. Tangaroa leading the team on the right in the purple and blue, up against Kaipara College in the blue and red. Long sequence of play, but she got isolated. And Lisa Molia had all rights to the ball, did a great job.
Yeah, geez, I mean, she's been really impressive with the ball in hand, but showing just in defence there, you know, good at that post-tackle situation as well. I think she's a real prospect.
What I like about this defence from Tangaroa, they're not chasing the ball runners of this Kaipara team. They're keeping their shape, and they do take it in. They've got numbers always there challenging, and at the moment, this Kaipara team just can't get around them.
They've had very little possession as Tangaroa College, even though they lead by a converted try. They've got the ball now. Let's see what they can do. Magali gets it out along the line, and then they take it to the line. Contact area. They need to be strong here. Josephine Pau lays it back, and now trying to get on the outside. Can't get away from the attention of Anna Steele. She is Steele. Goes in and makes another tackle. So good defensive work from Kaipara College.
That's a really good tackle, because Marlene Futi has just been fending, swatting, beating people all day. She's been really impressive, but been quite quiet so far.
It's technique we see, Carl, on the 7th circuit, where the players are running actually grab the opposition player by the jersey.
Yeah, it's definitely a skill, and it's probably the ones that the Fijian execute the best, to be fair, Willie, because they stay on their feet, whereas the attacker goes to deck.
Yeah, it's been something that really has crept into the game. You've got to be extremely physical and strong to be able to do that. That's a nice pass. Hitting the gap as well was Tarua Pehikuru, but she's lost the ball forward, and so an advantage here for Tangaroa College. They pick and go. There's a little bit of a gap there. They need to be strong and stay on their feet. The offload, they've got lots of players out here to the left. There's an overlap if they can get it wide. They start going straight through the middle, and she's been isolated. She tries to get it out to where the players are, but it's gone backwards, says the referee. Now into the hands of Alealua. Ball gets pushed back. Now there to claim it again. It's a physical battle between Tangaroa and Kaipara College. The referee says the tackle's too high.
Oh, really impressed with Kaipara. You know, they're defending really well. You can see why apparently they've been unbeaten in the North Harbour teams competition over a couple of seasons, so they're very well organised and very well drilled.
Oh, they've called for a scrum here from the penalty. That's interesting. That was a lovely pass that went out wide, and then this is where the ball needed to be moved, because they had players, and unfortunately the high tackle occurred just a little bit earlier. That's what the referee came back to, and that's the reason why Tangaroa have asked for a scrum.
Well, you made the point before, Willie, the more games these girls play, that ball probably is given before they take contact. They're trying to take it in and then pass the ball where they can let the ball move into space.
Murray gets it and, well, hacks it into touch more than anything else. That's 10 minutes up. And the referee says half-time, Tangaroa College leading 7-0 at the break.
The way this Tangaroa team plays is just an extension of the coach, you know, and she was definitely known for a strong defence. Ngata Rangamate.
Yeah, what a player she was, KT. Former Blackfern in the front row. No nonsense, and look at that. Right from the get-go. The physicality again shown from Lisa Molia. Getting too close to the touchline on that occasion is Paula Federica, and so she goes into touch. But boy, this is physical.
Oh, look, Lisa Molia, every time I've really enjoyed watching her today, both through the middle of the pick, but even down the wide channels. Like I said, I think someone like Linda Aitenu, you know, who's played sevens and for the Black Ferns.
Yeah, you've got to learn to tackle with your shoulders, not your head. Kaipara from the set piece, and they can't control that. There's an advantage here, and Paula Federica gets the ball. Defence is good from Kaipara College, but now the try scorer creates a little bit of space, puts a little bit of doubt in the defender's mind, and the ball goes out the back. Picked up and cleaned up from Agnes Pellier. They're trying to hold her up, see if they can get the turnover. She's going to need some support, or she's going to have to fight to get to the ground. Referee says it's taken too long, and so great defence. Once again, that is Zoe Mansell-Sawyers, and she's done a lot of defending in the opening 10 minutes.
Yeah, and I think the one thing, I mean, you heard in the half-time people talking about intimidation. Kaipara don't look intimidated. Yeah, and I think, you know, Tangaroa are going to have to sort of also play some football at times, you know, like the draw and pass that we had before.
I think the secret is, too, it's the number 12, Savita Tarau Pihikura. She's given a couple of nice offloads away, so if they can capitalise on that, go side to side, and maybe the third phase, I think that's where they'll break this Tangaroa team.
Let's see if they can get it wide, because they certainly have some threats out in the three quarters, taking the ball to the line, and then the quick offload. They're trying to create some space here for Logan, Georgia Logan. She's got some real pace, but now it's on the inside to Himehama. Himehama looks, takes the ball in. Giselle Himehama, but she's lost the ball. And Fetarika has it. Let's see what Tangaroa can do. They lead by 7 points to 0. There is Asika, Rita Sika. 3 defenders there from Kaipara College coming in. Means that there's got to be some space out wide, and you can see the number of players that Tangaroa have out to the left. If they can transfer the ball along the line, they've certainly got a numerical advantage out to that left-hand side, but they come back to the right. Into the contact again they go. Going backwards, and Kaipara doing an enormous amount of defending here. And the referee says you can't take the player out there, that it all rights the ball.
It's a big win to Kaipara there. Their defence just been outstanding, and I talked about Marlene Futi. She's really struggled to have the impact that she's had in the 3 pool games so far, and that's a credit to Kaipara.
I think a bit of fatigue might be setting in for both teams. As you said, a very tough day, their 4th game. So you can see why players are probably taking into the contact rather than trying to get into the space, but it's a great opportunity for Kaipara to get it wide.
Well, that's what they need to do, is get this ball out wide. They've done it on a couple of occasions, but they just... Look at those passes, they're nice and accurate. They look for to change something. That's a good dummy cut from Steele. Steele on the outside, and Logan just couldn't control it. She's lost it cold. Good little bit of innovation there from Anna Steele, looking to try and change the direction of the defence.
Yeah, well, they've got pace. I mean, we've talked about Peikuru, but Logan and Cox in particular are really quick. There wouldn't be many quicker than Caitlin Cox today.
Well, Anna Steele, she's been on the end of a couple of tough tackles, but you can see her going across the decoy on the inside and just doesn't read it, this player here, but there was a hole there, wasn't there?
Yep, Georgia Logan, if she had taken that ball and held on to it, there was a massive gap that had been created because of the work from Anna Steele. Tangaroa out along now. They've been a little bit fancy, and that's gone backwards, but it's been lost forward from Kaipara. The referee says let's come back to the mistakes. 7-0 Tangaroa College. The try to Neve Taulanga. 6 minutes remain. Well, they mentioned it at the half-time too, Tony. It's, you work for this. This is what it's all about, the last 10 minutes of the game.
That's right, and it's still April, so I'm not sure what pre-season campaigns they've had, but they'll be feeling it.
Would have been a few Easter eggs over Easter, I'm sure. I'm certain of that. Get out of my way, says Molia, and just really always beats the first defender. They've got players here. They've got to get it wide. This is good from Tangaroa College. Sika, Rita Sika went probably a little bit too far with the ball. She had plenty of players out the back there, and now coming through is Anna Steele, making a tackle again.
Oh, no.
A pick and go. Alea Alua. There is Sika Rita. Sika. No, I've been impressed at the defensive work, in particular some of the smaller players from Kaipara College. Hayley Beale there, on the smallest on the field.
Yeah, they haven't lacked bravery, have they? They've really defended well, and I think if Tangaroa do a video analysis of this, there's probably 3 or 4 occasions like that where there's been a clear overlap, and it's probably just that early pass into the space.
Yeah, forwards all around the world are the same. When they get the ball in hand, they get a bit of white line fever, even when they're 50 out.
There's a nice shot though, Willie, of I think it was Hayley Beale around the bootlegs of a bigger player. Outstanding tackle.
Yeah, she's a good player. There's Beale, and now they pick and go. Steele. Anna Steele into the contact, offloads. Was that player offside? No, says the referee. Play on. Kaipara looking to get back into this match. The converter tried to Tangaroa into the space. Another hit coming in. They're enjoying the physicality. There's Tangaroa. Good pass out to Logan, Georgia Logan. It's obviously been lost forward, and they'll play the advantage here. They get the ball, and now they go forward through Maddie Wells. Wells says, get out of my way. Now she needs some support, and here it comes. They go out to the left, and Logan says, let's get it out to the right where there's more people. The hits are coming in from Tangaroa College. Kaipara equal to the challenge. Good steal there from Lisa Molia.
Jeez, they're right into it, aren't they, all of them? Kaipara identifying space pretty well there, you know, trying to shift it into space and using their passing game.
Substitutions, a real key too, with the long day, so some more coming on for Tangaroa. If they score here, well, you just have to say there's only a couple of minutes left. It might be game, set and match, so important set for both teams.
Let's see if Tangaroa can score their second try. There's plenty of space out to the right, but they opt to go to the left. Just passing it along the chain, and then they put the accelerator on. Does Fetelanga. Tuffy out Fetelanga, but she's lost the ball, and here come Kaipara, their chance. With only 2 minutes remaining on the clock, they've got some space down the right-hand flank, and now they unleash Steele. Steele on the outside, she's got pace, one to beat. Steele going for the corner, she's in. Kaipara are back. Anna Steele brings it around to put it underneath the black dot. And just like that, Kaipara are back in the game.
Well, that's a team that shows that they're unbeaten and they're not going away very quickly, but geez, they've got some pace, haven't they?
See, there was a nice pick-up from the base here, and Anna Steele, see, as soon as she had the ball in hand, she only had eyes for the try line. She has done brilliantly in defence, and now on attack when her team needs it the most, she comes good.
Taulanga was the girl chasing the try scorer for Tangaroa. Look at this. Ball in the right hand, and then she just pinned her ears back, as you mentioned, KT. Lovely camera work here.
Oh, beautiful running style, isn't it, Willie? And I can tell you the conversion is good. We are locked.
7-all. There is the conversion. Well, who wants it most? And that's what it comes down to.
Yeah, well, I think both teams have been pretty willing in this one.
Well, I'm sure, too, that these young ladies, their families will be taping this on Sky, and they'll be enjoying when they watch it over the weekend.
Yeah, and it's fantastic. I mean, finals, you know, sometimes the pool games you go out and you play with sort of less pressure, but they've really performed.
Well, Tony, I'd have to ask you, if it's full-time, if it's even at full-time, first who scores first? Is that how it works?
Yeah, first try.
Okay, Tangaroa. So, 90 seconds, Kaipara need to score again if they want to win the 2016 Westie Pies Blue Secondary School Invitational 10s tournament. That's a mouthful. Tony Hanks, you reckon you get a sponsor with an easier name?
Not one that tastes as good.
I was going to say, Willie's tried a couple of the products.
Tell you what, I've eaten plenty of those. You don't get to be 112K without a pie.
112?
Oh, okay, 115. So they've got the ball, and they will get the trophy. Tangaroa College, they scored first. So Tangaroa College, it's 50 seconds out from the championship. They're in possession, and Magile gets it out cleanly along the line. That's a dangerous pass, but Molia picks and goes. And then that lovely ball out the back, Sunny Bill Williams style. There she is in support again. She's had a great game, Lisa Molia. Big and strong, aggressive. They pick and go. Again, Tangaroa, they've got plenty of players here if they can get it out along the line, but the intercept is a good one from Hemehama. The referee says she's lost it forward, so what about the work from Lisa Molia?
Yeah, geez, I've probably given her about 3 reps already, but she's been doing that all day. Been really impressive, and this is the time of the game where you are looking for your go-to players.
Time is up, Willie, so all they need to do is win the scrum, kick it out. And it's theirs, as you said, so...
I think that's the plan. Nothing fancy here required. They just need to get the ball out because they're ahead. They've scored the first try and they'll win the tournament, but they want to play some rugby. They want to play 10s, and that's gone forward, so there is an opportunity here for Kaipara to get the player, get out of jail card. Logan on the outside. She's got a player on the inside. Logan! Oh, Kaipara College! Play their get out of jail card in overtime. And Georgia Logan scores it to give the championship to Kaipara College for 2016.
Geez, if you're talking resilience and staying in there, you know, they took some real beating, you know, physically through this game, and they've just stuck to their task, trusted their patterns, and just used their pace.
You would have loved this, KT.
Oh, definitely. Look at the way she just backs herself. That's the swing, the thing, the long strides, and we knew there she was over. But you spoke about it, resilience, character. They did everything in this game. They played 2 minutes in the second half on the back of some great defence, and they get the rewards. Well done, Kaipara College.
Look at the celebration from the students of Kaipara College. Congratulations to William Finlay and Arena Paleone. They are your 2016 Westie Pliers Blues Secondary School Invitational 10s Tournament champions. Kaipara beating Tangaroa by 14 points to 7.